not really a chargeback person. I don't really like to charge stuff back. But usually I just take the hit and just keep going. If you can make it to 100 with no success, you're serious.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're getting a little better.
Yeah.
Your podcast, I mean, you could just suck.
You are wanting to make videos and you feel like you're struggling, just know. We know. We've been there. I get made fun of for wearing shorts and boots all the time.
I like your shorts and boots though. All right, I think this is the first time, the episode of number 1 that Hannah was on time. Just want to let y'all know.
That ain't true.
That is true. We keep moving the time further away from start time, and she's usually just as late, so it's not the start time, it's just her. And she's the problem, not
That
me.
is not true.
What other time have you been on time?
I've been on time almost every time. Me and Mary Beth were on time last week. I've been on time almost every time.
The look on David's face is probably like,
Ain't
what a liar.
Listen.
What a liar. Okay.
But hang on. Okay, there have been times I have not been on time. But the times that I was on time, it was because of y'all. Because you were messing with the sound or messing with the cameras or messing with
you
the...
were only on time because we were trying to figure things out in the beginning. You wasn't on time. We were just running late with the technical part.
Yeah, okay. And
she
I
was not on time.
I was actually ready 4 minutes early today.
Yeah. So
after taking our cayenne pepper shots. I did not get my lemon water, though. I really thought you'd make it for me.
Well, too bad. I made your coffee, so.
No, you did. Oh, you did make it, yeah. Okay.
Or you better watch it.
The last couple weeks have been a doozy, man.
It's been a lot. Look, hey, but I will say I'm pretty proud that this is like number 11 or 12 we recorded.
Does that count for the time for our audio being lost?
I said recorded, not that we have. So we've recorded 12.
Right. We have 11.
We have 11. Oh,
we recorded 13. We have. This is okay.
But the point is that we started the first of the year, and I just hear like the magic number that everybody says they quit on is 10. Like if you can make it past 10, you're doing pretty good, and we've passed 10, so that's pretty encouraging that we've kept going. And then also we've started getting pretty steady and lined up and stuff with the YouTube channel, which is a big deal too, because we've been wanting to do that for years. And now that David's here and everybody's on board to get this done, and I mean it took us a while to figure out what we really wanted and how we wanted to do it. It took a while for David to figure out what he wanted to do and how he wanted to do it, and then we had to put all that together, and we still don't know what we're doing.
Still figuring it out.
But we're just guessing, and when we guess right, we just try to do that again.
We're like,
not the same thing, but we try to figure out what worked good with that.
We're like, oh, that was neat. That actually worked out pretty good.
Yeah, because we've got, what was it?
We got a whole lot of things that don't work out.
I mean, we had a one-hit wonder on the first one. Nobody's denying that.
Yeah.
That we just got lucky on our first one for the brand new channel. Let me pull up
with the expedition
content. Yeah, the expedition.
Content.
267,000 views. So
yeah.
That was pretty lucky. But the plane is now 32,000 views, so that's good.
And it's only been put up for how long?
The plane has been up for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
2 weeks. So that's good. And we just dropped the new plane video. 2 hours.
Which may be our niche.
It's got 19 views. Well, we like the plane stuff, so that's fine.
But yeah, it works out. And too, having me and David schedule, so it helps. Getting things done.
Right.
Having a schedule.
It really helps y'all that y'all put it on the schedule and you can look at it, and then I still don't know what we're doing.
Because, we will literally have a meeting and be we'll be okay, we're going to do this at this time on this day, yada, yada, yada. And then morning Tim's like, well, you're trying to plan my whole day. And I'm like, we literally had this discussion 2 days ago about the time. He's like, well, I thought it was at 9. And I'm like, no, it's 12.
Well,
anyway.
I'm a busy man.
No, you're just not present.
Scheduled.
He's not present in the conversation. And then he'll be trying to do something or ask me a question. I'm like, it's on the calendar. I've just quit answering yes or no. And then I've just started saying it's on the calendar to make him start getting in the habit of just checking the calendar before even asking me.
It's not going to happen. But the plane stuff. So it has done really good on there.
Yeah.
It has been a shit show for
sure.
Trying to get done. And I'm not really a chargeback person. I don't really like to charge stuff back. But I'm usually I just take the hit and just keep going, and I'm so borderline charging that guy back for that money to get this
For the flight
multi
school.
add-on because they did not take care of it the way they should, and it made me miss out on taking the test because of them. And they're so unorganized. They didn't even know I was supposed to take the test until I called them a week ahead of time, and they're like, "Oh, we didn't know you had a test scheduled." So it's like they took my money and they just kind of didn't care no more.
Yeah. Well, and then the guy, because it was like the day before you're supposed to drive down there, the guy you were going to fly with,
Yeah,
he was going to call him the next morning. And I was like, literally, just call him tonight because I don't. We're playing with time for
well, he didn't
no
respond,
reason.
but
I know,
no,
but
the
still.
new employee, the old employee quit for the
I
I
know.
trained with the new employee. I called him a week ahead of time and said, "Hey, let's fly
Yeah.
the day before." And he said, "Okay, I'm putting you on the schedule." And then he didn't. He wasn't even there. He was in a whole other city an hour away.
Yeah.
Which I worked. I handled the scheduling to make that work the next day in the morning, and then the school has not kept up with timelines and all this. Actually, they screwed the whole time up from the beginning. But basically, I timed out maybe on my test. And they don't even know the rules. They hadn't even tried to ask about the rules. But so now the point that I'm irritated about is they told me when I finish training 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, I can take the test. They said we're good. So I do the training, and they say 3 months. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, 3 months here, you're ready to go." So the 3 months gets in there, and the guy's like, "You're not ready. You have to have all these extra hours in the last 2 months." But the school never mentioned that.
Yeah.
And since that guy quit, and they were so unorganized, now they want me to start completely over and pay them the whole $4,000 again with the new guy because they have problems because they're issues. So that's why I don't know. Like, it stresses me out to think about it because I hate doing stuff like that. But also, sometimes I think people should have a little more of awakening. Like, hey, we was completely not on top of our game, and I shouldn't have to pay for that. I mean, because I'm a business owner, and I agree. Like, it's hard, but I have lost money, lost customers, all this stuff because of my inefficiencies and not knowing what I'm supposed to do. So, I mean, do I feel bad for them? Were they nice in the beginning? Yes. Were they sympathetic in the end? They didn't really care. So, and they never even offered any kind of assistance to be like, "Oh, we fucked up. Like, let's, man, I know you got to get these hours now. What if we split the cost? What if we do this? Like, let's what can we do together to get this right and get this handled?" And they were just like, "Oh, that sucks. You can start over if you want." They didn't even care. So that's why it's on my mind. I hadn't done it yet. I don't know if I will.
Yeah, when you mentioned us doing the chargeback, I got a sick feeling in my stomach because I hate doing that. But at the same time, again, it's a lot of money, and if we have to pay that again, I don't really want to pay it again. And like you said, sometimes I need an awakening, and sometimes I think about even if like it may help someone in the future. If they're at the school, like maybe they won't screw that person over.
Yeah,
like they did us.
Get
their crap together so that no one else gets screwed over.
And the ex-employee told me that they're not maintaining the plane like they should, and he's scared to fly it. Now, is that a person who's mad and quit, just talking trash, or was that a real concern? I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the flight school not going through, it could be that, if you would have been flying it and it's not maintenance well, y'all could have, it could have crashed or anything could have happened. So.
Yeah. So we don't get mad I was mad that we missed it because we're ready to get done, and it's been such a process with a lot of roadblocks in the way. But part of that is we just get thankful that we know things could have been worse. And even though it seems like the worst situation, what could have happened if we'd have went through with it? Like, what if they said, well, you could come in at 5 a.m. and start over and fly 5 hours with this new guy till 10 o'clock and then take your test after that. The owner, that was his suggestion, the owner of it, which his employee and the person giving the test both said, we can't stop you from doing that, but we highly recommend that you don't do that.
Right.
It's just not safe. And it's just a lot of mental, like you're going to be so exhausted from the mental part of training for 5 hours straight and then go straight into taking a test that you're probably not going to do that good on the test.
Yeah.
So And one of the main rules in flying is don't fly when you're exhausted. And the owner is pretty much asking me, "Hey, go get exhausted and then take the test."
Take your test, yeah.
Okay, so that's another reason I just don't, not real excited about them.
Yeah.
I'm not a review person either. I don't really leave bad reviews, but I might just to protect the person who maybe. I mean,
that flight school.
4,000 is a lot of money to us. I'm not saying it's nothing, but what if it's the last 4,000 somebody has and they go to that school and get screwed over too?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say a second ago. They may not have another $4,000 that they can spend to go anywhere else and get screwed over.
So I don't know.
I think we probably will.
But I don't like it.
But it's just like, wait, what is it? I like it, but not a lot.
Right.
I don't like it.
But my friend's getting his twin in his business open. He's got a flight school and he's finally getting a twin. So we'll just spend our money with him.
Mm-hmm. We're trying to get him on the podcast. Scheduling though is a little tough.
And he is the kind of person. If that would have happened to his school, he would have done something to make it right.
Yes.
Even if I still had to pay some more money, whatever it was, I know there would have been some kind of situation where it would have been made right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sam's a really good guy. I like him a lot.
So, I know we don't do politics stuff, but we just talked about this, and I don't know if y'all think it's weird too. Are we electing a president this year? Is this happening?
No, I think it's being elected for us. And we just...
Well, it's been elected for us for a long time.
I know, but now, like, they let you think in the past you had a choice, but now they're like, last year was just so obvious that we're just not going to go through all this stuff. We're just going to say, hey, this is the face of politics. Not that he makes any decisions, but this is the face you're going to see as the president, and we're still going to run things behind the scenes.
Absolute dumpster fire
That's
last year, and I think they're like, you know what? Obviously, y'all know.
Yeah.
We're just really not going to hide it
honest,
no more.
Yeah.
So we're going to quit the fake stuff.
Odd.
And, when you first start realizing that it doesn't matter and it's all the same shit, you're like, I'm not sure. But then when somebody finally said, look, you have, and I don't know the name of the actual groups. I mean, it's Democrat.
Republican.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying like the owners of those groups, whatever that's called. I don't know what it's called. You've got two groups, and there's people that run that group, right? Well, they pick the people that can be in like the Republican primary. They pick. So you either have a lot of money to buy yourself in or a lot of supporters to buy yourself in because you got to pay to be able to run.
Right.
It's not just like an average person can just go run because you can't. Not for one of those two. You can go independent. So you have to pay, and then they have to like you, and they have to know that you're going to do what they say and kind of be in their approval of all the things that you'll say and do, and they can kick you out too. So they're picking the people. Both sides are picking the people, and we know really both sides are one side. They're all friends because they're all blackmailed each other and don't want the money to quit coming to them. But they pick the people, and then maybe if the vote counts, which I really doubt it, and they're always leaning and stuff. So in the end, you end up with two people that you had no choice to pick, but from like these 20 people, you end up with two. Then you have to pick one of those. And do we really pick that person? First, we didn't pick that person. We didn't pick it at all. Some great person that doesn't have a ton of money could never make it there. That knows a lot about, maybe that has a lot of experience or really good character, just isn't going to make it.
But even if they got in, they would do something to blackmail them or to do what they wanted to say. It wouldn't last. Like they couldn't.
So it's all a joke. But it's just, it's every 4 years, and I'm 40, and I probably didn't even care till I was 30.
Shit.
I probably didn't even care till I was 30. But it's just usually you're just getting bombarded with advertisements. I mean, there was more talk about the election last year than there is this year. Like it's literally not. It's completely gone. Nobody's doing anything. Of course,
it makes me
Biden's not showing up for nothing.
Yeah.
And Trump is having a couple things.
It's not much.
But we don't really.
And it makes me feel like
he's on their same side too.
Do people forget that this is like they've had it so quiet? Has people just forgotten?
I keep forgetting that it's
election year.
It's
supposed to be election year.
Because some reason businesses think we can't spend money on election. We got to find out who the president is. I'm like, nothing changes.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever day we elect them in November or something, and they get January they get inaugurated, something like that.
Yeah.
like, oh, it's January the 15th. All businesses are, half of them's going to fail because it's a Democrat. That never happens. Why are people so scared of which way it's going to go? And I know they're like maybe making big business changes because somebody might up some tax rates and stuff like that, but you don't know that they will. You're going to shut your business down just in case, like your business growth just in case. Yeah,
you have no idea.
I don't know. I just think that's weird that we don't have any idea.
It's been very eerie. We've talked about it a lot this week with my sister.
And don't make fun of me because I'm 40.
I ain't making fun. It's just a statement.
No, 40's the new 20. You don't know it yet because you're...
Is that...
So, no, look, I made a post about that.
20-year-olds don't have to be bent over getting out of bed for 5 minutes till they can stand up straight.
So, in reference to that, that means you're middle-aged because you're right between 20 and 40. So, you're middle-aged right now. That's why you kind of getting slower doing things and feeling a little old.
No, that's 100% you, honey.
No, but... I was just thinking, like when I made that post about being 40, I was just thinking, all the people that we've met the past year or so that are like things that we've went to, it's like Ryan and Sean and Annie and Renee, all these people, like everybody blew up after 40. I mean, like 40, they were like, I don't know if it's like, I'm 38, let's get my shit together, and at 40 we're taking off, or if they're like, I'm halfway to 80 and I'm probably going to live to my 70s and... like let's do it. But there's also this weird thing of through my 30s I got where I just didn't really care what people thought so much, but like it kept going now, and then when you're 40 it's like, who are y'all down there? Like, what are y'all? I don't care you're talking no more. Like people still make me mad saying dumb stuff, but it's like, I guess around that age you realize like y'all are a joke. Like this is stupid to even care. Just a lot of stuff changes, but I put in, this year we've started more things that we've tried to actually start because I'm about to be 41. So from 40 to 41, we've made more advancements in the business and everything else we're doing than that we have the last 5 years.
Now, it took all of those years to get where we could make those advancements.
Oh, but I know,
for
but
sure,
I'm saying,
we've taken more steps.
Instead of feeling like everybody feels like, well, I'm late.
Yeah,
I can't
do it.
Start. I'm too late. One dude I talked to a while back, he was 28. I think he's like, I just feel so behind, man. I feel so behind. I'm like, dude, you're killing it right now at 28. Like you didn't even like I didn't even start yet.
You started so much earlier than most people.
Yeah, I hadn't even started.
Well, how old is Justin? He's younger than me. We were talking to him in the parking lot the other day, and he was saying like he feels like he's late, and you told him that when you quit the power company, it's when your uncle quit his job to start his own business. He's
at least 20 years old, or 15 years older than me, 20 something like that.
Yeah.
Well, even like Jay commented, he's like, I feel like I'm 10 years behind, and Jay's killing it in the past 4 years. He is 10x his company greatly, and but I think it's the problem. Like, I forget they say like 3 things about it, like a true entrepreneur, not somebody that just works for themselves so much, but somebody that's like really got what it takes to go all the way out. Like, the whole time, even when I'm nobody, I feel like there's no reason I can't be as good as the top people. Like, it's just, in my mind, I have no doubt that I could be just as good as them. But then also in my mind, I'm like, I don't sit there and think that I am. It's just I know I could be. And I'm also like, but I ain't doing shit. Like I tell you all the time, I could have a day where I accomplish a lot of things. I'm like 10%. I'm lazy as hell. I tell you that all the time. Like, I'm lazy as can be. I don't do nothing. I don't get nothing accomplished. That's just like a flaw that I always feel like no matter what I do, I can't do enough. And then stupid enough to make decisions and just try it. Like, I don't know how to do something. I'm just like, I can do it. It's fine. And there's that thing where people's always like, well, I've got to learn this first. I mean, I ain't saying don't research and don't try to learn stuff, but I've started plenty of things. I don't know what I'm doing.
That's exactly what me and Ruth talked about last week when we did our podcast together. She talked about how, like, even with her Monet stuff, where people were like, I want to do this, but I don't know anything about it. And she was like, yeah, duh. But so what? Like, just do it anyway. You'll learn as you go or figure it out. I mean, it's fine that you don't know.
Yeah, and so that's the other thing, like this podcast. Well, we might get 50 people listening to this if we're lucky. That's okay.
Lucky. That's fine.
But before, like at 30, I guess I felt like I had to prove something. I had to be so good immediately that, and I don't know if that came from, if I want to build something, I can just build it like manually, like with my hands. I can design stuff and build it, and I'm already good at it, even if it's something kind of new. That maybe I was, if I want to start a podcast 10 years ago, I mean, like, if I don't get 10,000 people listening the first one, then I don't even want to post it. And now I'm like, oh, well, if we do 100 episodes, then we're going to start figuring this shit out. But and doing 100 and recording them and not posting them is not the same thing, because you will start to grow if it's worth the crap, and you will get some feedback, and you need that growth, not just like I practice recording. It's like if you're like, I'm going to be a rock star and I can play songs in my bedroom and I'm so good, and my first show is going to be a stadium, you're going to suck. Like, you need to go to the bar first and play a few things and learn that process too, not just practicing at home where nobody can see you.
But I also think that mindset for you is very recent.
It
like
is. I'm not saying it's not. I know I'm saying like now, it's this 40 thing. I'm telling you what, it's 40.
Well, you've been 40 for a minute. Sure, it's taking a long time to kick in.
No,
but
we've been doing this podcast for 6 months.
I'm just kidding. But even when we've done the YouTube stuff, it was hard, because you feel like, God, like we look like idiots trying to post and not doing well. But
yeah. Oh, and people will make fun of you and say stuff. I
get made fun of for wearing shorts and boots all the time.
I like your shorts and boots though. I guess it really started, like, we made a few things. It really started when we did that giveaway.
Yeah.
For the Razor Buddy.
And that was really hard.
Like, we were in a good mood on those videos, but we were not in a good mood.
Y'all, if I could genuinely tell you the process of making those videos, you would think, I don't even know why y'all even tried, because it was the worst. Like, you had to obviously be uppity and make your videos and figure out what you were going to say, and then we're sitting and be like, what are we even going to say? It's all repetitive. And then he'd be really pissed off and hot and sweating, so then I was pissed off, and then you're trying to like I'm trying to hype him up, but then it's just frustrating him. And then if I'm frustrated, he's trying to hype me up. And then you start getting in your mind, and it's really hard to do anything. One time we shot that morning that I had to leave.
No, so that night before, we recorded all the videos, and we were not in a good mood. It took us like 2 hours to record them, and I put the noise reducer on them, and all you could still hear was fucking crickets.
There were so many and crickets.
Wasn't cicadas? They only come out every 7 years, girl. This was last year.
It was crickets then.
No, you're insects.
Sorry.
It was crickets. They were loud as hell. We were in the woods.
Astrology.
I put the noise reducer. I put the noise reducer on there. It was still terrible. It was so bad. And now where we are now, we might have been like, shit's
whatever.
Fine.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, we can't use any of this. This is just trash." Like,
so
super angry.
You had to leave at like 8 or 9. It was early.
9 that morning.
And the sun didn't come out till like 7:30. So we're like, we have no time. We had to record like 3 videos today. Like, Van needed them
that day. Had to have them that morning
because it was some like change in the process, and we had to have new videos to post that day. Now we would probably have them ahead of time, but we did not then.
And getting up at the crack of dawn and then sat on the swing on the front porch in literal silence for like 45 minutes. Again, in this time crunch to make videos. Mad. We were just mad. And then I was feeling like we've just got to do it. And then he's like, no, I just don't even want to. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
I was so mad. And so
it was so bad.
Unmotivated.
Oh my gosh.
Stressed out. But
thinking about that thing, it sounds like a bad dream to me at this point. You know what I mean?
We did it. We were not happy. Between every take, we were pissed. Like, it was just not at each other. Just like,
no, yeah, not at each other.
I was just irritated. And then she was more mad because I was mad. I mean, I'm the downer of the group.
Well, and at some point I got frustrated because I'm like, I only have so much like trying to push you up as I can give before I'm feeling like I'm done. Like I don't know.
And then when she quits trying to build me up, I'm like, now I feel bad because she give up. I'm like, why'd you quit doing it?
Yeah, and then I'm like, are you kidding me right now? He's like, what? It's fine, just do it. He's like, we'll just do it. Yeah. Or he'd be
if
like,
you're gonna quit trying to make me, let's just do it.
Yeah. So then he'd be like, well, you just make the video, and I'm like, no, that's not the point. Sorry, that probably got really loud in the microphone.
But we did the videos, and it was one of the most viral ones on TikTok that we did.
It was the one that did the best.
And we did plan it though. We planned it.
Yeah.
It was a plan to get someone to talk trash. It was. So it worked.
Yeah.
It was
The other one
we
we
Razor
tried.
up on the porch.
Yeah,
We did that morning.
Yeah.
We drove the Razor up on the porch of our trailer, our mobile home, and somebody made fun of the
Trailer.
costing less than the Razor we were giving away.
Yeah.
So that made me make another video, which that was the plan,
Right.
and didn't talk trash about him. Just called out that we live in this trailer, and that one went viral because it was. And then when that happened, it was like, ding, ding. People started buying because everybody
Right.
started seeing
The only
that video and didn't know we were doing one, and now they see it, so they're like, oh, I'll buy one. I'll buy one.
The only thing that I did not like about it was, so obviously the first video was a setup to try to get people to say something. I did not want to continue playing on that though, because then I felt like it was becoming fake. So there was 2 people that talked trash. The second reply of a video that you made to someone saying something, I was like, okay, like we're just gonna quit now, because it's starting to get to where.
Well, yeah, we wasn't gonna keep going. We were just trying to see what we could get off of
I
that.
know, but
it did work.
It did. But that was, I mean, genuinely probably the biggest, like, inner growth. Because you've just really got to come out of yourself and out of your comfort zone. And then having to go back and watch yourself after knowing how you feel in those moments. And he had to edit them. Because,
oh, yeah. And Hannah.
I mean,
her redneck voice, I seen this yesterday. This is you. It said, I didn't know that I was country till I listened to my voice and I sound like a bale of hay. I was like,
a bale of hay. Can we make that a t-shirt?
yeah.
That is.
You're a bale. You sound like a bale of hay.
A bale of hay.
I thought that describes you so good.
That's so funny. It is true because, man, I go back and listen. I could just hear myself when he was editing, and I was like, why? Like, why are you the way that you are? Why do you sound like you literally just walked out in the backwoods?
It was so bad in the videos.
Oh, my gosh. And even, I still
We knew we were going.
struggle.
We didn't even say we're going to laugh about this one day.
No.
But we were not happy.
Gosh, it was terrible.
And it was bad because,
Sound like a bale of hay. I'm going to think about that all day.
we if I had to make a video and I had 10 people there and they're like, all right, go, I could do it way better than I could do it with just me and you.
Yes.
I hated doing stuff with you. I didn't want to do it in front of you. And it was like I was more able to like bitch out a little bit because I didn't care what you thought as much.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had 10 people and they're like, yo, I'm like, I just got to do the best I can at this moment but with you, I'll be like, hell with this shit.
Yeah,
You know?
well, because you're comfortable. Like, we know
You're
each
hot.
other, and you're like, I can show all of my emotions in front of you, but I could, like, if David was there in the past, he would, like, pull it together. But just me and him,
Yeah,
obviously,
I was more
you're comfortable.
Yeah, I'd let my insecurity and just my aggravation just get the best of me because it was just me and you.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do it.
Which contradict other way around. We're going to flip it. Also, speaking in front of him is one of the hardest things for me to do. Like,
Yeah.
I can be the most vulnerable in front of you, but then I also can't to make a video. Does that make
Right.
sense? Like,
It
it's
is.
hard to. It's the weirdest concept. And people would tell us when we were starting to make videos, people that were good at it, we felt like, they're like, yeah, I've got to reshoot, my videos 10 times sometimes. And then I would be like, but we shouldn't have to shoot it that many. Like, why can't we literally just pull it together? Like, even the other day when I made a video in the parking lot, I still get into, like, a salesy pitch. And I've got to, like, mentally just be my own personality without being, like, a fake character. But we learned that when we went to Amplify the first time, where it's like you learn kind of like how to public speak, or just like teaching you how to speak, which obviously I learned nothing from that.
Well, it's just
I
being more
learned
aware
a lot.
of
I
things
just
that
didn't
you're
take
doing.
it. Yeah.
You did, but we're not trying to public speak like up
No,
on a
for
stage
sure.
where it's like a proper
Renee is terrific.
place. But even him and Maddie, they get home and they stand up in the house and practice speaking in front of each other.
Yeah.
And we would never do that because
No.
we were like, absolutely not.
Well, that's when we realized it was when we were there doing it. I was just thinking I could do this if he was not in the room. But him being in the room like made me sweaty, like I got nervous, and it made me choke up so much, especially something that had not practiced at. That I
Yeah.
was like, I suck at this. That's like last week when I was talking about feeling insecure or like I just am so below par. Like it was moments like that literally just hit my ego a little bit where I was like, I suck at this. But it was him in the room that
Making it worse.
made it
I mean,
hard.
now if you said, all right, you got to practice this in front of me, let's do it real quick. It wouldn't be
Yeah,
a
I
big
could
deal,
do
but
it
it was
now.
hard at first. It was so hard.
Yeah.
Just all of it's easier now. And like, I mean, I won't call him out, but he says he'll shoot his videos like 50 times. Like he said,
Yeah.
literally 50 times, not exaggerating. I'll record 50. Oh, that sucked. Do it again. Watch it. Do it again. Like a little bit of teleprompter so he can keep his speech going. And he's like, no, I'm down to, like 15 or 20 times now that he's done it a lot. And I'm like, we really one off most of our stuff.
We do. And
Like it's rare that we, even in the beginning, like it's rare that we shot it more 5 times. It's extremely rare.
Mm-hmm.
So, like we weren't that bad at it,
well, and
but
the thing too that
criticize
helped, though,
wise,
yes,
we were very bad about that.
well, the thing too that helped, I think though, is that we could help criticize each other. Like once we started getting more comfortable with taking criticism and it not like making you feel insecure, it helped us to make videos faster because if he was like, hey, do this instead, or maybe say this, it would help me be like, okay, like get out of my own head to do stuff. And I think the more that you shoot stuff, in my opinion, if I shoot it a ton of times, then I'm like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore because I've done it so
Yeah.
many times where it's even harder. Where if you can get down to where I'm doing like, okay, 3 to 5 shoots, let's critique it, let's fix it, and then it's easy. Whereas opposed to 15 times where I think I don't even know, I don't know anymore. My brain is mush.
There was a couple times you got hung up trying to, and you would end up doing like 15 times, and you're just like,
I can't even
but-
talk. Yeah.
but now we realize it's because you were trying to be what you thought you should be instead of just being you. Like if
Yeah.
you'd have just been yourself, because you naturally attempt to be funny.
Attempt.
And yeah, you're not funny, but you attempt to be funny, and then that person could do a video really good. But if you're trying to be like a character that's nowhere close to who you are, when you were doing that, it was making it really hard for
I
you.
think I was trying to be a character of like
finish
people
the
that
whole
I would
scene.
see on social media, and be like, well, that's how they do it, and that's how I should be talking or acting or whatever. And then like my voice, it was just all obstacles to come over. And anyway, it was tough, but we're here. And even like me speaking on like our first few podcasts, I don't even want to go back and watch them because I cringe.
Oh yeah, and we'd
Like
sit here
even
and be like,
thinking about
"You
them.
gonna start? Are you ready to start
And-
now?
yeah.
All right, we're gonna," and we wouldn't start.
Yeah, and now I'm just like, whatever, it is. We're here. It's good though. I like it.
But it is. I mean, we could have practiced this by yourself all the time and never got any better.
Yeah.
Because I could sit in the house alone and practice making videos, and then you come around and it just trashes the whole thing. And that's what I mean by like, don't just practice something, like you just start doing it.
Well, and it's funny you say that because there was one time I remember this so vividly because I thought, what the hell? It's before we had moved into our house. I mean, well, because we haven't been there that long, but we were making videos for the giveaway. Or you making videos for something? It might have even been just like a motivational video you're gonna put on Facebook. And I had walked to where our house we were building around, and you were making a video. And when he knew I was there, he like put his phone down really fast.
Yeah, 'cause I was
and
struggling to make it already.
and
made it
I was
worse.
like, just make your video. It's fine. He was like, no, I'll just do it later. And
Yeah, I did not wanna do it in front of you.
actually made me mad. I was like, this is bullcrap. But
Now if
I
you come
also
barge into my
couldn't-
video, I'm just gonna put you in it. I don't
Yeah,
care no more. It's
but
like,
I also struggled in the same area. But I think I just hated that he felt he couldn't be vulnerable in front of me. But I also struggled with the same thing.
well, and we knew that they don't need to be perfect. Like we
Yeah.
knew that, and we still struggle with that this year, and we've got better. We know they don't need to be perfect, but at the same time, you're really judgmental on, well, it's
Your
not
own
perfect.
self.
So is it bad not perfect, or is it real life not perfect?
Mm-hmm.
If I was trying to do something, you walked in, I'd be like, oh, you messed up my shot, or something like that. But if you walk in, I'm just like, oh, of course you walk in right in the middle of this, and then
Yeah.
just keep going. That's real life. not perfect.
Which is how I prefer it. Which everyone does.
Yeah,
but
and
it
we
just makes
we
it
said
so
we
much
wanted
easier.
that, and even we just had that issue a while back. I'm like, this is not good enough. It's not good enough.
God,
It's
me
not
and
good
David
enough.
will be pulling our hair out because Tim's like, well, we just gotta we'll have this and it's gotta be this. And I'm like, literally, it's fine. Like, no, it's not gotta be perfect. It's not go. And if it is perfect, that's boring. That is so boring. You know. But me and David would be like, he's just
I'm
not
not
getting
boring.
it. The video would be boring. So then,
You said
anyway,
if it's perfect, it's
we
boring.
finally all came together, and I don't know what you said, but and it's fine now.
Yeah, and it wasn't that I thought it was terrible. I was just worried, like
People are gonna hate it like it's dumb.
are we going to lose? Are this? And honestly, I was watching it. I already knew it was going to happen, so I wasn't watching it for entertainment. I was
Yes.
watching it like looking at every single second of every single thing, like what is not perfect or what can be improved.
Yeah.
And now we're just kind of like,
It's so much easier.
it's fine.
Well, and it even came to
Whatever.
the place where I told him, I was like, you're watching it, like you just said, so judgmentally because it's us. And I was like, if you were watching it and it was someone else, you would not view it the same way. So we would literally go home and watch different YouTube channel videos. And I'd be like, see, it's the same thing. Like, and even like just get in your face a little bit, not be so far back. And I see your whole body. Like, make it more personable.
Yeah, we was watching
And-
this one guy, and he's like 1 million views on this video, and I can understand half of what they say.
Yeah, because Tim's like,
It's so-
Tim
the
would always be
background
like,
noise is so loud. I'm like, I rewound it one part 3 times because he was explaining something. I was like, I would really like to know what he said, and I could not figure out what he said at all.
yeah, because there was a video where we did at Indian Mountain, and Tim was like, "That's so stupid. Take it out. I can't hear what they're saying." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's interact. Like, people are still gonna. They will see what you're doing." And anyway, so watching those videos where you couldn't hear what they were saying, it made me feel better about keeping stuff like that in because just it's still still doing things.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad about it, but I was just stressed out that it just wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Instead of just appreciating the fact that it's not a overproduced thing that's too much.
And sketch. I mean, not sketch. Like a I don't know what I'm trying to say. When people tell you what you're gonna have to do, what you're gonna have to say, and it's got to go a certain way, like you're making a movie.
Well, look, I don't know what you plan to talk about today,
Okay.
but
I said the airplane stuff. Oh, 36 minutes.
I don't know.
So
I guess this is a content creation
Yeah.
podcast because
yeah, how it works.
I mean I had notes,
How
but
we
we're
went
not
through
going to
it.
talk about them because it's already 30
Well,
minutes.
we can do
in.
this. We can save that for
Um,
next week.
But I think
Actually,
it was
let me
good
go.
though.
I think it was pretty good. Also, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just.
Yeah, I
It
was
just
about
kind of
to-
shows how terrible it was in the beginning. Even though our final like the giveaway videos, they weren't bad, and even Van said y'all are some of the best ones that I get, and y'all are doing a really good job. Which that did make us feel better because he does all the stuff for the Diesel Brothers and all this stuff. So him saying that we were really good, it's kind of like.
It was a huge compliment.
But at the same time, we're like,
We knew the process.
we're like, wow, this is terrible because you think that's good, and we have been through hell and back to
Stressing.
try
I
to
mean,
get these videos to you.
I'm literally talking about like just the massive feeling of defeat was I don't know, man. The nights it was tough. It was so tough. So I hope that's encouraging to someone. If you are wanting to make videos and you feel like you're struggling, just know we know we've been there.
Yeah.
And
If you
sometimes
think
we're
our
still
stuff,
there.
if you think our stuff sucks, then don't
No,
listen to that.
hey.
But if you think it's pretty good, just remember that or just know
Just know that in
that
those
it started out really rough.
it was tough, and we still have those days, especially when I make Tim angry.
Daily.
Yes, Tim.
Well, just like this video we're about to post, where you was in the expedition. Well, just like the giveaway one for the expedition, the little swag
the swag
thing.
bag.
Yeah, I mean, you did one, and y'all said it was good. I said it was good, but I think it's not you because it sounded salesy.
Which I said that. I told
I
David
know,
that.
but I mean, it was a good video.
Yeah.
Like
So at first,
advertisement
the first
wise, great fucking video.
Yeah.
But it wasn't you.
Right.
Like it wasn't your personality. And then the one you redid it was a lot better, except for David got some
Hit in the
damage. He got hurt because you're a little wild.
in the video that if y'all haven't seen it, you can skip to the end if you don't want to watch the whole thing. But anyway, we did. We're doing where we got 2,000 subscribers to YouTube. We're gonna do a little swag bag, which we gotta draw the winner. But and at the end of the video, I threw a hat and some T-shirts out at David, and when I come back around, David's like getting off the ground because the hat or what hit you? The shirt?
Oh, you threw all kinds of
Because
stuff.
you said I didn't think a shirt would hit that bad. A shirt.
Hey, it's the soft taps are the worst. That's
And
the
it
trick.
hit him
Y'all
right,
girls don't know.
right in the no area, and he was.
This is not a PG for you. We're past the PG part. You ain't got to say that.
It was no square. Anyway.
But even in that one, like after she redone a good video, it was good. After she redone it, it was just better, you know. And
it made that video made it easier for when the one we just did the other day,
Yeah.
which is kind of long, and I think I got a little wordsy, but
no, it's fine. I like it.
anyway, it makes it a lot easier. The more that we're doing it, the more that I get comfortable in my own skin, the easier it is to make the videos.
Well,
and just
before
kind of
we would-
embrace my.
Before you could like we would be talking about starting the video, and the closer you get to it, like the more like you lose energy. You're just like, oh, I'm about to have to do this, and so now you're already starting from the bottom emotionally, and now we'll go to make a video. We're laughing as we're hitting play. Like sometimes we have to cut the front out because Hannah won't shut up. She's saying stupid stuff or laughing,
I don't
and
think it's stupid.
or just messing with each other.
Yeah.
So it's like instead of starting from the bottom, like we could walk somewhere, talking trash, and immediately just hit play and do the video,
Yes.
and it's a lot easier.
Yes. It does help that if you're doing it with someone that you like to have fun with, and like you're not.
I know you mean David and not me.
Yes. I wasn't going to say that. No. David does help bring a lot of good energy because he's very, like, energetic. And just, honestly, David, we'll be walking and David just takes off running. Or he'll find something, and we'll walk past something, he randomly just, like, jumps on it. He's like a grown kid.
Parkour.
Yeah.
He just it's like we walk through somewhere, we're looking for the path. David's looking for things to jump on.
Or climb, or, like, something he can throw. And he does this thing that like, the first time he went with us on the trip to Georgia, he was like, he bought gummies. And he was like, I can throw this gummy super high in there, and I'll catch it in my mouth every time. And I was like, bull crap, man. He chunks that crap to the clouds and comes back down and catches it in his mouth. It's the wildest thing.
I heard it.
One time it hit him in the tooth.
That Bella Hay just came out. I heard it. It was strong on that story.
I'm going to make a t-shirt. It says Bella Hay on it.
All right.
Oh,
So-
so last night, I'm going to tell this story real quick,
Oh,
just because I
God,
think it's
okay.
funny. I know
All
that
right.
you're not going to care, but
I'm probably not.
it's about the monkey. So I don't know why it's so random, but it's just funny because Tim has had these most random dreams lately. So typically I'm a bad sleep talker, and my snoring's been kicking off lately. I don't know what's going on with that, but this morning he woke me up, and it was like middle of the night, or I don't know what time it was. Was it?
4:30 in the morning or in the middle of the night?
That's middle of the night, 4:30 in the
For
morning.
you.
And he was like, hey, I gotta tell you something. And I think what you said was, we have a monkey we forgot about.
Yeah, that's what I said. Because I was being funny. I was
Yeah.
like, we forgot about our monkey.
We forgot about our monkey. And I was like, huh? I was like, oh, you must have had a dream. He said, yeah. So I had a dream that there was this monkey that, I'll let you tell the story because you can tell it better. He's like, we had this monkey.
Dreams start disappearing through the day. But I don't know why she wants to tell the story. It was just stupid. I realized in my dream that I was in the bedroom. I was like, oh, we forgot about our monkey that's sitting on the dresser. And it doesn't move because we have to pay attention for it to move, apparently. And so I was like, oh, but we've not been paying you attention. So then it's like, oh, yeah.
The monkey can talk at this
I think it
point.
could talk. I can't really remember for sure if it could talk. But I was like, when does this thing eat? And so somehow I figured out that it eats and does this while we're leaving. Kind of like Toy
When we're
Story.
gone, yeah,
Like,
that's when
like
it moves,
the monkey
yeah.
don't move unless we're not there because we haven't paid
Unless
attention.
we paid attention.
Then I asked her, I was like, how long has it been since you paid that thing attention? She's like, 2019. I was like, that is a long ass time for that monkey not to move.
Yeah, so then Tim was like talking to the monkey, and it was like, yeah, I just eat and go to the bathroom and stuff when y'all aren't here.
I'm not
and
100%
then
sure that it talked, but somehow like
you
that
knew what it was saying.
Yeah,
like
I
you
don't
knew
know.
that it was a thing.
Anyway.
It was just like it's just,
I don't
it
know why
was
you
just
want to tell that.
because it's just funny. It's just, I don't know. I think it's funny when I think about it.
But I woke up to tell her just because it's like the the woman's like, I woke up and you cheated on me. Like, I think it's funny to like mess with her about dreams that I've had.
Yeah, because
that sort of
one time he woke up and he was like, I'm mad at you. And I was like, the crap. He had 2 dreams the same night of something like that I did that was bad. And he was saying
so
how
I always wake up and like treat her like she really did
like,
it.
yeah. And then he said,
throughout the day, I'll bring it back up.
He'll be like, I can't believe you did this. But he said something about, they talk about how your dreams. It's like what you think. And I'm like, so do you think those things about me? Because you keep dreaming them. So subconsciously, do you think I would act like that?
Yes.
No.
I don't even remember what it was now.
One of them was we were all at dinner and Tim kept falling asleep at the table at dinner. And people that were at the dinner table just like kept randomly leaving, I guess. We're at a restaurant. And he said at some point
Did you leave?
I went and sat with a group of guys at another table and left you at the table asleep.
Oh yeah, you left me asleep. That's rude.
Yeah. So then
but I could see at least me falling asleep at the table. I could see that happening. If it was like a conversation that I was not into and I was sleepy.
Yeah.
But I could also see you like, he's fine, and go hang out with everybody else and let me sleep. I could see both happening. So I believe it might have happened. I forgot because I was sleepy.
Yeah, there was another one about me. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, about me being mean. But yeah, he will. He'll wake up and be like, can't believe you did such a thing. Anyway.
If you want to scroll back in time and see some of our videos from before,
Lord.
I don't think they were terrible, but they just know. Even if you watch those videos and you're like, it's not that bad, it was a nightmare to make them.
It felt that bad.
It was embarrassing, the trouble we had. Like, it's not embarrassing now, but it was embarrassing then, like, if we had to tell somebody how bad that was.
If anyone could have been like a fly in the air watching us do it, you would, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it would just make you feel discouraged from never trying to do any kind of social media videos. Because it does me when I think about it. Like, back then, thinking about it, my chest would just hurt. Having to think about making videos.
I deleted a lot of it because my phone was getting so full. But there was some we'd like try to record it. Just be like, hell with this shit.
I wish we had some of them we could post to be like, just to say, man.
If we'd have kept all the blooper reel from that, it would be a very depressing blooper.
Oh, it would be make people probably feel stressed to watch it.
It'd probably make them feel good about themselves though, because they're like, I'm not that bad.
Yeah, like I cannot believe he acted like that. Yeah.
That's really how it was.
Yeah. So terrible. Oh,
47
minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what it turned into is making videos sucks, starting things and expecting an immediate response.
Yeah, that is one thing too that you've gotten so much better at is when, like in your post that you made, I'm pretty patient with a lot of things. Like I know things take time and I don't expect results immediately. Like I just know there's a process and there you got to put in time and work and effort and all the things. Anything new that he would want to start, I would just dread because if it doesn't see an immediate like bang for your buck, then he would be hating it, be pissed, don't want to do it no more, stupid shit, just hate it. And so I would just be like, God, like I just don't want to start anything else because now we've got like 15 projects that aren't producing and he don't like any of them and now he wants to start something. Anyway, just be patient. It takes time. And we'll probably look back at these videos and think, God, we were stupid. You know.
Yeah, I mean, now I don't care that the podcast ain't that great. I don't care that people don't watch them. Maybe we want to, but
I kind of like it for us though. Maybe our kids might want to watch it later. I also want to have a podcast with the kids on here. I think that would be funny.
Well, I'm sure we will.
I think it'd be a good idea.
But it's just kind of cool. Like I think Bradley was one of them said. He said once you get to 100 podcasts, people are like, you want to be on my podcast? He goes, how many you post? He's like 5. He's like, when you get to 100, holler at me. Like you ain't serious. If you don't make it to 100 with no success, or if you can make it to 100 with no success, you're serious.
Yeah. We're committed.
Hopefully you're getting a little better.
Yeah.
Your podcast, I mean, you could just suck. But if it's halfway decent, I mean, it takes you that long to even figure out what you want to talk about, what you really, because if you can do 100 with something to talk about that's a lot to do.
Yeah.
And we're going to have guest stuff on here because we want to talk about how they've grown different parts of their business and stuff like that. But also just, it's not going to be all business. It can be
whatever.
But we've just started with that because it's me and you, and
Right.
we have
That's
a lot of
just-
people ask us questions about that. But it'll probably transform.
And
into
our opinions
other
on what
things.
I'll say too, our opinions on podcasts that we've made about business will probably change within the year. Like we'll have to just
Go back
update
and be
our
like,
knowledge. That was wrong.
That was dumb advice.
Don't listen to what I no. Don't listen to what I said. But yeah, I had something I was gonna say and now I forgot because you talked for too
Well,
long.
you better hurry up. You got 30 seconds.
I can't think of. Well, now I'm on a timeline. I'm for sure not gonna think of what it was. It doesn't matter. I'm sure it was nothing.
All right. Well, if there's any other stories y'all want to hear that we touched on we didn't finish, or if you've got some bad stories about getting started making stuff, let us know.
Yeah, I like to hear them. We're out.